Welcome to Conspiracy Corner, where we explore some of the most intriguing and mysterious events in history. Today, we're diving into the world of the 2020 US election and the conspiracy theories surrounding its supposed manipulation. Many have claimed that the election was rigged and that the results were fraudulent, but what does the evidence actually say? Firstly, it's important to note that there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud or manipulation. In fact, a joint statement from the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security called the 2020 election the most secure in American history. Despite this, many have pointed to specific incidents or irregularities as evidence of fraud. One common theory is that Dominion Voting Systems, a voting technology company, rigged the election in favor of Joe Biden. However, this claim has been repeatedly debunked by multiple sources, including the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which called the election the most secure in American history. Another theory is that dead people voted in the election. While there were isolated cases of deceased individuals appearing on voter rolls, the number of these cases is extremely small and would not have had a significant impact on the election results. Additionally, some have claimed that mail-in ballots were particularly susceptible to fraud. However, mail-in voting has been used in the U.S. for decades and has been found to have a very low incidence of fraud. Furthermore, multiple studies have shown that there is no evidence of significant fraud in the 2020 election, including a study conducted by the Brennan Center for Justice. One of the most concerning claims was the suppression of the Hunter Biden story by different media outlets. In October 2020, the New York Post published a story claiming that they had obtained a laptop belonging to Hunter Biden, son of then-presidential candidate Joe Biden. The laptop reportedly contained emails and other documents that suggested Hunter had used his father's position as vice president to gain favors for foreign business dealings. However, many major social media platforms and news outlets initially refused to report on the story, citing concerns over its veracity and the possibility of it being part of a disinformation campaign. Twitter, for example, initially banned users from sharing links to the story, citing its policy against sharing hacked materials. Facebook also restricted the spread of the story, citing concerns over its accuracy. Some critics accused these platforms of censoring the story in an attempt to influence the election, with many arguing that the story should have been subject to the same scrutiny as any other news story. However, as more details emerged about the story, it became clear that the situation was more complex than originally thought. The origins of the laptop, which allegedly belonged to Hunter Biden, were called into question, with some suggesting that the laptop had been part of a political campaign to discredit Joe Biden. Additionally, many of the claims made in the story lacked context or were unverified, leading to further skepticism about its accuracy. Despite the controversy surrounding the story, it is unclear what impact, if any, it had on the outcome of the election. Some have argued that the story was an attempt to distract voters from other issues, while others have suggested that it may have influenced the opinions of some voters. Regardless, the handling of the story by social media platforms and news outlets sparked a wider debate about the responsibility of these organizations to verify the accuracy of the stories they publish, particularly in the context of a high-stakes election. Overall, while there were some irregularities and incidents in the 2020 election, there is no evidence to support the theory that the election was rigged or manipulated. In fact, the overwhelming majority of election officials, cybersecurity experts, and government agencies have stated that the election was secure and that the results were accurate. So, what do you believe? Do you think the election was manipulated, or do you trust the results? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember to always fact-check and critically evaluate information before jumping to conclusions. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep an open mind for different perspectives. Until next time at Conspiracy Corner.